It's recording right now. So it's on.
2x squared minus 16x plus.
Can we start with only one problem? This will respond to this.
Yeah, just one problem. Yeah, this is one problem.
I forgot everything over the weekend.
Did you do your homework?
Yes.
Okay.
A week ago.
We need to find a strategy that you really, yeah, it's not enough.
I know it's not like it's not enough. I just feel like
We need to do,
at that moment, but then I just
Yeah, I blank out after I'm done with it.
I think I just rushed to do my homework and that's the problem.
then that you should try to go back to the same homework set. Once you finish your homework, you would like to do it again, see whether you understand it. If you do the homework by yourself, then that's good. Some of you may do the homework with solution manual or with some help by the My Math Lab. Even after you finish your homework, you did not do the homework. It was the My Math Lab assistants helping you through, right? So did you do it? Kind of, but not quite. So if you don't go back and do it once again by yourself, solely by yourself, then when you have the exam, how can you do by just yourself, right? So it's not rushing. It is because it wasn't done by yourself, you know? So do homework by yourself is very, very important. Okay. Yes. Now, this is an equation. We want you to solve by completing the square.
The professor on Fridays said that you're going to go over this homework time. Because
Yeah.
we were absent, and he said that she's going to go over this.
Yeah, this is 7.1. This is, so we will go over, you are talking about 7.4, 7, so what did he do? No, what did he cover? This is, yeah, he covered, right? He did cover. I mean, this is something that he covered on Friday. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
It's just that Mama's still here on Friday. That's the only thing.
Okay. Do you understand what you mean by solving by completing the square? Yes. Okay. So this is an equation. Okay. If some of you were not here on Friday, you should have also done your homework, right? We have no time to go back and then redo a lot of things. We have to try to keep up so that I have enough time to review for all of you. Okay, but we are reviewing, okay? Because final is coming in 3 weeks. Okay, this is the fourth, another 4 weeks. It's the final week, right? Okay. The key point for you to do completing a square, you have to make sure what? The leading coefficient has to be 1, right? Is it 1 right now? No. And this is an equation, right? Is this an equation? Since this is an equation, we can do the same action on both sides. So what can we do? So to keep this coefficient to be 1, divide both sides by 2. So if you divide both sides by 2, you will get x squared minus 8x plus 10. Is that right? Okay? Now, completing the square means you would like to find a constant which combined with the two leading terms, it will become a complete square. So these are the two leading terms we would like to focus. For this constant, maybe we would like to go to the other side. Do you see what I'm saying? All right, so let's subtract both sides by 10. So you will get this. Is that okay? All right, we keep our focus on these two terms. And you ask yourself, what is the constant that you add can make this become a complete square? What is that number? You will choose the middle coefficient. Half of it. What is half of it? 4. And then you square it. Great. And you would get what? It will be 4 squared, right? So you add up half, which is negative 4. I know it is negative, but when you square it, negative times negative, it becomes positive. So it's the same as 4 squared, right? So you're going to add 4 squared on both sides. Can I add the same number on both sides? Yes, that's addition property of equality, right? Now, can you tell us what is this? This become a complete square of what? X minus 4. Awesome. So now here, this is what? 6, right? Because negative 10 plus 16 is 6. Now this is a complete square, becomes 6.
Did you subtract the 4 squared?
I add 4 squared. Why you subtract 4 squared? No, I am add. This is an equation. Thank you for asking that question. This is an equation, right? So you have left side, you have right side. Okay? The left side is here, the right side is here. I'm trying to add some constant so they become a complete square. So I am adding both sides. Right? Both sides, I add 4 squared. And that makes the left side to become a complete square, which is x minus 4 squared. Does it make sense? Did he do this with all of you? Yes? Okay. I have your quizzes, so I know. You know. Okay, now, what is this? That means x minus 4 equals what? Plus minus square root of 6. Right? So what is x? You add 4 on both sides, so x equals to 4 plus minus square root of 6. Awesome, you're done. Right? If you want to write in a complete a solution set, you can just write a set notation and just write this way. There are 2 solutions.
Can we just leave it like that, or no? Like a plus or minus, or you want us to write 4 plus?
Yeah, this is a solution set. I mean, depends sometimes that we ask students to put all the solution in a set notation, right? Then you answer in solution set. Okay, let's do more. Okay. Okay, can I have all of you do this? Okay, give you 2 minutes and see what would you do. So, all right, now the leading coefficient is 3. And, okay, so first you observe. It's an equation, right? Is this an equation? So you have both sides, right? If this is an expression, you cannot just divide by something, because expression you have to rewrite it, so you can only factor it out, right? But this is an equation, you have both sides, you can divide both sides by what? By 3, okay? So you make leading coefficient to be 1, okay? So you can divide both sides by 3, 3x squared minus 12x plus 15 divided by 3. 0 divided by 3, still 0. So you get x squared minus 4x plus 5 equals to 0. Okay? So far, so good? And you want to focus on these 2 terms, so you would like to subtract 5 on both sides, right? Is that okay? So that's what you get. And then you decide what is the number. What is the number? 2 squared. So I'm going to add 2 square on both sides, right? After I add it, here become x minus 2 squared, and here is negative 1, right? So x minus 2 equals to plus minus square root of negative 1. What is square root of negative 1? I. So x equals to 2 plus minus I. Okay? And the answer, if you write it in solution set, it will be 2 plus minus I. Does it make sense? Check. By quadratic formula.
Why do it the long way? Because it looks easier than using
Okay?
those numbers.
X equals to what? Negative b plus minus square root of what? B squared minus 4ac over 2a. Okay? What is a?
The first,
Look at the problem, right? All right. Some of you say,
I choose 1.
Dr. Chen, that is 3. And you choose 1 because you are looking at this equation. Yeah? Okay? If you looking at the original equation, yes, it is 3. But if you look at this intermediate equation, then the a is 1. Does it make sense? Okay? Which one you want to base on? The second one, because it's easier? Okay, so let's do 2 times 1, negative b, so it's 4, plus minus square root, which is what? 16, right? Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16, minus 4ac, yeah? So you get negative 4 plus minus 16 minus 20. 16 minus 20. 16 minus 20. Negative 4. Why you say positive 4? Oh, here. Okay, thank you. And then here, 2. So now, what is this square root of negative 4? It's 2i. Okay? Now, how do you simplify it? You say, well, you have how many terms in the numerator? 2 terms, right? So both of them has common factor 2, right, Mina? And then you have 2 times what? 2 plus minus I. Divide by 2. Now, 2 and 2, they are common factors, right? So you get 2 plus minus I. Aren't they the same? Yes. If I use the original equation and a equals to 3, then b equals to negative 12, then c equals to positive 15, I will also get the same answer. You just have to, factor out a larger factor. That's it. Okay? This is straightforward, right? Good. Did you all get them correct? Yes. Okay. So if you're coming on time today, yes, you earned the extra points besides the quiz points. Okay. Now, we are going to do the next problem. Do you pass forward? Oh, yes. Yes, pass it. This is the quiz. Just quickly check, give them 10 points, everybody, and then I give you the ring. This is your homework? This is your homework? Yeah, make sure you put your name. is this? No, I haven't collected. You have to come in on time. Yeah, and also don't use your cell. I saw you that texting. Yeah. Is that okay? I want you to be engaged. Okay? I want you to be engaged. Yeah. Not yet. I haven't collected yet. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Come in on time, then you'll be fine. Okay? How come it says this? What happened? It's like a scratch paper.
No, I just wrote.
It's not neat, huh? Why?
Or can I just print it? Can I print it and then give it to you? Because I just write like what I did and then answered questions. So can I print it and then give it to you on my laptop? This is for homework sample or sample sheet is on my laptop.
Yeah, it's my math lab. All right, let's do together. Okay, let's do together. Negative x squared plus 10x minus 23. Right now, I did not give you a coefficient other than 1 or negative 1, just to make sure that it's easy for you to graph. What would you do? Since this is negative 1 as a coefficient for the leading coefficient, you would like to what? Factor it out. Remember, we said already, we focus on what? The first two terms, right? Okay. And then we will factor out negative, and you will have x squared, and then what? Minus. Thank you, Lena. And then what about this last term? I just leave it on the side, okay? I just leave it on the side. Okay. Now what's next? I would like to focus on these two terms and find out what will be the number that I should add to it, okay, so that it will become a complete square. What is that number? It should be 5 squared. So see, I copied down. So x squared minus 10x, and I'm going to plus 5 squared. But remember, I need to balance. So I subtract 5 squared. Okay? And at the end, you have this minus 23. Now, say it again. Look, everybody. I have this negative sign outside, right? I only take care of the whole inside of this parentheses. All the things inside this parenthesis, this is what I'm focusing. Are you with me? Okay, so the negative sign is outside. I just copy it. So what I'm doing is I look at the inside those two terms and I try to add something, subtract something. Does it make sense to you guys? Okay, I didn't do any distribution yet. No, I'm just focusing on this. All right, so make sense or not? What you don't get? Okay, so now this is, I copied down this. Okay, I put this. Just to let you know, I'm using different color. So for these three terms, it becomes x minus 5 squared, right? And then you have what? Minus 25, right? Okay, now, I'm going to distribute this negative sign, so negative x minus 5 squared, and then what? Plus 25 minus 23. So that is negative x minus 5 squared plus 2. Did you get this? Wonderful. How many of you got this? Very good. So what is the vertex? So the vertex is what? When will make this equal to 0? 5. Okay, when this is 0, when x equal to 5, this is 0, and then the y value will be what? 2. So the vertex is 5, 2. Okay? And this is open what? Opening upward or downward? Downward. Right? Because we have a negative leading coefficient. All right. And then, what do you have for the axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. All right. Maybe you say, well, Dr. Chen, let's graph first. Yes, let's graph first. Well, how do you graph it? The first step, you will do what? Graph the original. Negative. So the step 1, I will leave this as a blank. We will come to fill it. Okay. Step 1, you will graph y equals to negative x squared, which is a parabola facing down. Are you with me? So you will get this, right? This is 1, -1, -2, and 2. Here. Sorry. Okay? This is y equal to negative x squared. What is the step 2? You're going to shift to where? Shift it to the right. How many units? 5 units, right? So the origin is going to become here. Okay? So you are going to have this. This is y equal to x. I'm sorry. This is y equals to negative x minus 5 squared. Is that okay? And then what do? By this plus 2 means you shift where? Shift up. How many units? 2. So you shift up 1, 2. So the vertex will be here. Okay, everybody shift up 2. Okay, come up here. This will come up there. And you are going to have this. So this is y equal to negative x minus 5 squared plus 2. Okay? The vertex here is 5, comma 2. Is that okay? What about the axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry is a line. It's an equation. What is the equation? X equals to 5. Not 5. If you say 5, sorry, no points. Okay? Okay, it's not a number. It's an equation. So x equal to 5. Do we have minimum or maximum? For this function, we have what? Maximum. So what is the maximum? The maximum of f is f of what? 5, and the value is 2. So the maximum is what? 2. Does it make sense? So these are the questions that you need to understand. We call them properties of a parabola. When you have a parabola, the very common one where people say, where's the vertex? Well, it's not hard once you get that form, right? Okay, 5, comma 2. Is this maximum or minimum? Well, look at the leading coefficient. Well, it's negative, so it's facing down, right? So it will be maximum. Axis of symmetry. Well, axis of symmetry is vertical line, x equals to 5. Whatever value making that term equal to 0, right? And then sketch it using the shifting or transformation. Okay, so far so good? All right? Now let's look at the 7.3. This is a review. Solving equations, quadratic in form. It doesn't look like it's all quadratic, but you can make it quadratic and solve it. For example, let's do some examples. Okay, how about this? X to the power 4 minus 6x squared equals to 3. Well, then you say, Dr. Chen, we haven't learned this. This is power 4. We only learned quadratic, right? It's power 2, but now it's power 4. What should we do? Well, look at this. This is what? X to what power? Power 2. Ah, so actually, x squared, if you look at x squared as one variable, like a u, then x to the power 4 is x squared times x squared. It's the square of that, right? So I think Professor Sapikas must have taught you that if you let u equals to x squared, then I can rewrite this equation become what? U squared minus 6u equal to 3. Am I correct? Okay? And now what do you see? Wow, this is a quadratic equation now, right? So u squared minus 6u minus 3 equal to 0. Am I correct? Okay, now you can use any method that you love. What is the method you love? Okay, you can complete a square or you can use quadratic formula, right? Well, a lot of people say, well, can we just use quadratic formula? Yes, let's use quadratic formula. What is this? What is this? U equals what? Negative b, so it will be 6, right? Plus minus square root 36 minus 4ac, c is negative, right? And here is 2a, so it's 2. Am I correct? And what is that? That is 6 plus minus square root. This is 36 plus 12, so it's what? 40a, yeah? Okay. Now, 6 plus minus, this is 48. 48 is 2 times 12. Yeah? 48. 4 times 12. And 12 is what? 4 times 3. Am I correct? Yes? So what do you see? This is 4 square root of 3. Yes? Okay? So far so good? So can I simplify it? Yes. Because 6 and 4 radical 3, they both have common factor 2. So it will become 2 times 3 plus minus 2 radical 3 over 2. Divide both numerator and denominator by 2, you get 3 plus minus 2 radical 3. 3 radical 3. Okay, so I got u, right? But what do I want? I don't want u. I want what? I want x. Okay? So you go back, you say, hey, my u is x squared. So x squared is 3 plus minus 2 radical 3. So what is x? X will be what? Plus minus square root 3 plus minus 2 radical 3. Okay? Basically, you take the square root on both sides, right? But it could be plus or minus. Well, this is looks like kind of interesting, but there are four answers, right? Yeah.
Can we just leave it like that, though?
Yeah.
So it's another way to solve it.
Another way to solve this? Completing the square? Yeah, you can. You can use completing the square if you want to do it. For example, okay. Still, I'm using u to be x squared, so I'm still having u squared minus 6u equal to 3. Okay? So I'm considering adding what number on both sides? it would be what? What do I add? Plus 9, yeah? Is that right? 3 squared. Thank you. So I will have u minus 3 squared equals to 12, right? So u minus 3 equals to what? Equals to plus minus square root of 12, right? Okay? But what is that? That is, this is what? 4 times 3, right? So it is plus minus 2 radical 3. Yes? Okay? So what is u? So u is 3 plus minus 2 radical 3. Does it make sense? But what is u? U is x squared, right? Okay? So x will become plus minus square root of 3 plus minus 2 square root of 3. So you get the same answer. Get the same answer. Sorry? Right. Then you say there are 4 solutions. They are plus minus square root of 3 plus minus 2 radical 3. Okay? That is your answer. So far, okay? Yeah, because what is u? What is u? U is x squared, right? You solve for u, so you need to solve for x, right? Let's do one more. Let's solve x to the power 2/3 minus x to the power 1/3 equals to 3. You know what? Let me say, give a better number. Okay, let me change 3 to 9. X to the power 2/3 minus 8 x to the power 1/3 equals to 9. Oh, what should we do? Let this to be your u, yeah? Then the square will be x to the power 2/3, right? So let u to be x to the power 1/3. Then you will see the original equation will become u squared minus 8u equals to 9. Right? This is your u. Then this is your u squared. Now, this is a quadratic equation. Okay? And you are going to see, actually, you can factor it. Do you see that? If you move the 9 here, you can write it as what? U minus 9 times u plus 1. Yeah? Can you factor this? Yes. So what is u? So u equals to 9 or u equals to -1. Yes? But what is u, Lena? U is what? X to the power 1/3. So this is x to the power 1/3 equals to 9, or x to the power 1/3 equals to -1. Yeah? So what is x? You need to what? Cube both sides. So you cube both sides. Right? You cube both sides. So x equals to, well, 9 cubed. 9 cubed is 9 times 9. 9 times 9, 81. 81 times 9, 729. Yeah? Or x equal to -1 times -1 times -1. What do you get? -1. So you have 2 answers. One is 729, and the other one is -1. Does it make sense now? Okay? Good. Okay? Yep.
Is that the only way you can do it?
Because we see the relationship between these two terms. If this, I look at it as a whole, then this is the square of it. So we are very smart. We say, hey, we just learned the quadratic functions, and we know how to solve a quadratic equation. So if I consider this as a whole variable u, then this is just a quadratic equation in terms of u, right? So let me find out what is u. And then, because u is x to the power 1/3, then I will know what to find x. This is like an intermediate step, right? But make it look beautiful. We can use the quadratic information. Does it make sense? Okay. Is that okay? Yeah, I will. Actually, I want you to stare at it for a little while. Yes, stare at it. Can you tell me which part is new and useful to you? Let you, yeah. Because this is we call what? Substitution. For example, you are a manager of a warehouse. You have so many products. What would you do? Sometimes you have to packaging it, right? You say, oh, all this is, why don't we make it a packet? Then when you make it a packet, you don't see inside, but you just see outside. Oh, this packaging, like this. Well, when I make this name, renamed by this U, then you don't see what is that. You just see U. Oh, the relationship between this and that is this is U, then this is U squared. So you try to resolve that under that structure. It's a quadratic equation, right? So sometimes when you're managing a big or huge company, you also need to have that kind of skill, right? You try to make different divisions. Instead of like managing so many people, you try to have different divisions, right? And then you have a structure very clear. Now the structure here is what? Quadratic. That's why we say in the form, it is quadratic in form. Does it make sense?
This is from 7.3?
Yeah. You must have learned this last Friday. Were you here?
Well, we didn't really, we learned it, but we learned it like in a minute or two.
We talked for a while.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, no problem. We will do. That's why I reteach this section. Because 7.4 we already done like 2 months ago, right? But then this one, after you substitute, then it's okay. Can we do more? Yeah. No, it's not a fraction. It's a, what is that? This is not a fraction. What is this? This is cube root of x squared. Yes, the exponent is an expression, a fraction. How do I get to the second power? Okay. Oh, I see. I see. Thank you. Thank you for asking. It's like this. What is this? This is x to the power 1/3 times 2. It's x to the power 1/3 square. Understand? Why this is a square of that? This is a power of power rule. Okay? 2/3 is 1/3 times 2, right? And that means it's this to the power 2. Power of power. So if you let this to be your u, then this will be u squared. Does it make sense? Thank you for asking. You are a thinker. I like that. Yeah. Okay. Let's do one more, okay? Yeah, I will. Okay. Let's do one more. Are you with me? All right, how about this? 5x to the power negative 2 plus 12x to the power negative 1 plus 4 equals to 0. Okay? So what do you have? Wow, negative exponent. You would say, I've never seen this kind of equation. But look. Yeah, you let x equal x to the power negative 1 to be a new name, say variable u, could I? Yes. So let u equals to x to the power negative 1. Then what happened? I want you to continue, okay? You do the rest. I'm going to see. I'm going to walk around and see how you do. After you let u to be x to the power negative 1, the original equation can be rewritten as 5u squared plus 12u plus 4. So this is a quadratic equation. Well, we try to factor, and we find, yes, we can factor it. 5 and 1, 2 and 2. Wonderful. So you get 5u plus 2 times u plus 2 equals to 0, right? So 5u plus 2 equal to 0, or u plus 2 equal to 0. So u equals to negative 2 over 5, or u equals to negative 2. Okay? Am I done? No, 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 no. Okay, what is u? u is x to the power negative 1. So negative 2 over 5 is x to the power negative 1. X to the power negative 1 equals to negative 2. So how do you get x? You take what? Reciprocal. Awesome. So x equal to negative 5 over 2. The negative sign can come out, right? Or x equal to what? 1, negative 1 over 2. Okay? Now you need to check. You need to check. You need to check. Okay? Check whether it's making the equation true. So let's check it. Okay? First, if x equal to negative 5 over 2, you will have 5 times negative 5 over 2 to the power negative 2 plus 12, negative 5 over 2 to the power negative 1 plus 4. Question mark, I don't know yet. Is that equals to 0, right? So let's do it. Anybody can tell me, what is this? It will be taking the reciprocal and then square, right? So it's 5 times what? The reciprocal of this will be, let me do slowly. Negative 2 over 5 and then square plus 12, negative 2 over 5 and then to the power 1 plus 4. Am I too slow for you? No. Okay, just right, huh? I'm taking the reciprocal and then the exponent become positive, right? Okay? Okay, and now, Brendan, what is this? 4 over 25 plus 12 times negative 2 over 5 and then plus 4. And you ask whether that will equal to 0. All right, so what do you get? You get 4 over 5 and then minus 24 over 5 and then plus 20 over 5, right? Because 4 is 20 over 5, yes? Will that equal to 0? Yes. Nice. So this is one of your solution. Okay, the second one. If x equal to negative 1/2, right? 5 times negative 1/2 to the power negative 2 plus 12 times negative 1/2 to the power negative 1 plus 4, will that equal to 0, right? What is that? 5 times 2 to the power square, negative 2, plus 12 times negative 2 to the power 1 plus 4, will that equal to 0, right? So it's 5 times 4 plus negative 24 plus 4, will that equal to 0? 20 minus 24 plus 4, will that equal to 0? Yes or no? Yes. So your check are all done. Right? So your answer should be what? -5/2 or -1/2. This is your answer. Does it make sense? Okay. I hope this help you to cap what you have learned in chapter 7. Okay. This part is important. This part is important, and it's new, so you will see this in your final exam for sure. Okay. I don't have a new stuff today, but I do have a request. Please, I say 2 times please, and then 3 times please. You have to finish the packet tonight. You must finish. I know some of you already done. Yeah. Oh, some of you already done. I know, but for those of you, sorry? The yellow packet. Yes. You have to try your best because that is to help you for the exam. Okay? We have other parts, but I have to get this over. Okay, we have other word problems, but you must do very well. And I want to prepare you so you get A's for this exam. Okay? Will you do that? Yes. Sorry? When is the exam? The exam will be Tuesday. Okay? Well, I will give you enough time, but I have to give you warning that it is very heavy. You cannot wait until then. If you wait until then, you are going to flunk this test. This is very, very heavy exam. Okay? So you have to make sure you do it, do what I tell you to prepare, okay? So what you need to do is you need to get this done. The packet for chapter 7, the white packet, is your extra practice, okay? It's not mandatory, but if you look for, some of you already asked me, Dr. Chen, can you give me extra packet? So if you do that chapter 7 packet, you get extra points. You do get extra point for the chapter 7 packet. Okay, see you tomorrow. Is that good to give you extra things? Yeah, if you have time. Yeah, it's only... Okay, all right. Thank you.